guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now my goal is at the end of this video is to show you guys another way that you can earn online, which is being a marketing and events associate and also an owner of your own brand. If this is your guys' first time on my channel, my name is Lacaba. I am a virtual ate, been working from home since I was 15 years old and post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, like I mentioned, our guest for today is a marketing and events associate at Bigseed PR and Events. Also an entrepreneur, she owns the online brand Karaan Home, passion project that she started during this whole pandemic with the goal to make people feel more excited about being at home. From vintage dinnerware to custom mirrors, she curates items that would fit beautifully in any home or space. And as an example, guys, and I'll keep pointing this out throughout the whole video, is this right here, this beautiful vase that I have right here is actually one of her own curated items that I was actually super lucky to have. So that's a sneak peek of what she has for Karaan. She's also the woman behind Relx Leyte. So she's currently juggling 3 jobs all online at 25 years old. So guys, please help me welcome our guest for today, someone who is a marketing and events associate, Miss Emily Frances Leane Liok. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Leanne. So nice to meet you, and thank you for having me here.
Very, very happy to have you, especially a name twin and also someone who is the reason why I have this beautiful vase behind me. So thank you so much for joining us and kind of really diving into the other ways. Like I always talk about in my channel, there's more than one way that you can earn online. Or you're someone who's doing both. You're someone who has a freelance job and at the same time, you have a brand. You are selling physical products to a lot of different people. So how did you get started with that whole journey? How did you start with working online, finding jobs online, and also starting your own business on the side?
I started because, as you know, the pandemic really hit tourism hard, and I was working in a hotel. So that job was put on hold, and I had to go back to the province. So I had all this free time. I didn't want to waste it. So I started to really dive into looking for what I really wanted to do. So I came up with my passion project. It's called Karaan Home. So it's basically we sell home products, home decor, and custom mirrors. So that's something I really wanted to do, and I wanted to make everybody feel better about being at home, to like beautify their surroundings and environment. And I didn't stop there. I still wanted to like have extra income. So you know, life is hard. So you gotta
Hustle hard.
work hard. Yeah. Also hard. So I also wanted to sell Relax here in my province in Leyte. So I'm also a authorized reseller here. And since I wasn't contented with all the free time I had, I also applied as a marketing and events associate in a public relations and event company. But I work remotely also at home lang as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part. I remember that I saw that on your page. You're from Palawan, I'm from Tacloban. So we're both from Leyte. So that's yeah. I
So we're
remember
just like 3 hours away.
you're closer to Kalangaman than I am though. So tell us a little bit more about marketing and events with that freelancing job. I want to focus that a little bit just so for those who have no idea what this is, they can know more about that. So what do you do in that PR company that you work with remotely working from home?
So basically, I'm an account lead. So I handle 2 accounts right now. So we do marketing and event plan for them and public relations. So they send us their plan for the whole year, wherever they're based at. So we take that plan and then we localize it because we're their partners and their consultants as well. So we make our own version that we think that would resonate with the local market, which is Cebu. So that includes promotions, events. We've done like webinars already. So that's like an online event. That's a new normal thing. So it's very interesting. So yeah, that's basically, I'm the client liaison and I organize everything that they need from us.
Can you tell a little bit more of what does go into this kind of job? Like what were the skills that you kind of had to already have? And also a little bit of how you were able to get this person or this agency as a client of yours. How did you find this job?
Actually, for me, I had the leverage already because I worked there before. So when they knew that I was on hold and at home, they decided to contact me for like a sort of part-time working remotely job. But they're hiring right now. So if you want to apply, you can send in your resume to me.
Yeah.
Yes, but the skills that we really have to have or that they require is that you really just have to have a background in marketing. You have a background in PR or writing. Just basically, you just need to be key your detail and you have to be organized.
It's kind of interesting because it does say like marketing and events associate. So you're obviously someone who helps make sure that whoever is the target audience, for example, for a particular event, that they actually know about the event, and of course organizing all of that. I've organized like 3 like online events in the last 6 months during the
Oh,
whole pandemic, and I know how stressful that can be,
wow.
like getting the speakers, marketing, putting out the Facebook ads, like
Yes.
of course getting the people together, making sure the right Zoom link is sent out and not the wrong Zoom link, making
Yes.
all of those small details. So I'm amazed that you do that for a living. Like I said, I only did that 3 times and I'm so exhausted. So I commend you for that. So with you having a freelance job, and at the same time, I just realized this, you work at later right now, but you have a business in Cebu. How does that whole thing work? Like, how are you able to do deliveries? Like, do you have a warehouse here in Cebu? Like, how are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually. Okay, so for Karan, we have shipments because we have a commissary there in Cebu for my mom's business.
Mm.
So what I do is that whenever people order, if I want to stock orders in Cebu, I just have it shipped with that. So that's why I
Mm.
have like a no rush order policy
Yeah.
because I ship in my orders from Leyte. But it really works. People have been very patient recently. I think with
Mm.
the pandemic, it helped.
Oh yeah, because yeah, I just realized I'm like, you're all the way Palapon. How are you like sending these beautiful, amazing pieces or like your mirrors? You can ask Tina. I was
I
seriously
know.
like thinking about ordering your mirrors on, but I'm like, I think it's too big for my room. But I was still thinking about it. So it's amazing that you've been able to kind of do really like long distance like business services. So that's
Yeah,
amazing.
if you're based in Tacloban, we also actually have van deliveries. So
Cool.
that's really possible for mirrors as well. Yeah. There's my
Yeah.
mirror, by the way. So if you can
Yeah, I saw that when we
behind
started. I'm
me.
like, oh, she has her mirror right behind her. Very awesome. So, with your story, you're kind of very interesting because you are straddling between someone who has a freelance job and you also have a business of your own. So, how has that been kind of like? What's the most surprising thing about that of having like all your business and of course all your employment be working online? And what's been the surprising or what's your favorite thing about it?
My favorite thing about it is it's easier for me to track everything because everything's online. So, like, basically everything is documented. You just have to really get everything there, write everything down. It won't disappear because everything's online, so you can read back whenever you want. So
True,
that's
true.
really something that's surprisingly good about being online.
True. There's a track history. There's a way to go back and see, like, oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's when this
Oh, I
happened.
didn't do this. Oh, yeah.
It's true both ways. I'm like, oh, that's what
Yeah.
happened. Oh, it didn't happen. Would you consider that as your shortcut of how you've been able to track like your business side and also your freelancing side? Like I said, marketing events is not an easy, like organizing and marketing events is not easy. So is that kind of your like your shortcut, like making sure that everything is tracked online?
Yes, for my job for the public relations and events company, we really have like a system online and we really collaborate with all the teammates. We let everyone know
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing so people can follow us up or we can follow them up. So that's a really good process that we have. And for my businesses as well, I really have like a to-do list and a calendar. So
Mm-hmm.
like everything is there. You see what you have to do today. You see what you are going to do in the next few days, weeks, and months. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing.
One thing that I just a question that popped in my head with both of your physical product business with Karaan and
Mm-hmm.
also as a reseller, how did you get started with both? Like with Karaan, like how did you find like your supplier? How did you know like what pieces you wanted to do? And the same thing with your reselling business. Like how did you get started on that? Because I know a lot of people are interested in becoming a reseller themselves or someone who's also creating like the way that you have your amazing pieces.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like my business. The thing is, it's so much easier to look for suppliers now in 2020 or like the last 3 years because everything's
Mm,
literally online. If you look
true.
for something, you can just find things online. So you just really have to like dedicate your time and effort in really finding the pieces that you want. But you really just find it. Everything is online. You just really have to know your network and your connections and what to find. As for Relax, I get from the distributor in Visayas. So that's Relax Cebu. If you're interested in selling Relax as well, you can just inquire from them.
Very
Yeah.
cool. So you basically just found, like you said, all of your resources online, which is amazing to say in this, time and era, especially now during like the lockdowns and everything,
A
of still
pandemic,
being,
yes.
yeah, you started a business in the pandemic. That's not something that is easy, especially a physical product business. So
Yeah.
I want to just give you that applause of being able
I
to do that.
know there are some nights that I don't sleep because I'm just like supplier hunting. So you really have to dedicate your time and effort to really, find the things that you want.
The interesting part about, like, especially with Karan, is it's like actual pieces. It's stuff that you like. I mean, now you want other people to see it, other people to love it and fall in love with it. Unlike your reseller job where it's mostly like stuff that people already know about, you are really specifically choosing beautiful things that people can now enjoy having in their house. Like, this is something like this vase. I'm going to have this even when I'm 70 probably, because I'm just so in love with it. So that's the kind of dedication and just the creativity that
Oh,
you've put
thank
in your with
you.
your business. So what would be a piece of advice or a small step that someone could do right now? Let's say there is some other Emily out there, maybe a younger or 15-year-old, or
Emily in
a
Paris.
teenager, or yeah, who wants to also have, like, who loves their job but also wants to have a side gig at the side, just their own business. What would be a piece of advice or small step that you would just tell them to be able to do to move themselves forward to that path, to the path that you are now?
I think you just really have to start with knowing what you really want to share with others. You really have to really love what you're selling, of course, because like considering that you have a full-time job and you still want to do like other things on the side, it's not easy because your time is divided and then you're burnt out most of the time. So if you don't love what you're doing or if you're not passionate about what you're selling, then it's gonna be mediocre. So I think you just have to start with knowing what you want and really having the determination just to like give the best that you want to give and create something or like share something that you really are passionate about.
True, true. I've said that before of, if you're struggling to figure out like skill to start with online, you start with something that you already love, because even if you have the highest paying job, even if
Yes.
you're earning like 100K a month, but then you're not happy, it's not going to sustain you long run, and you're still probably going to be willing to be paid less, but you're still following what you like doing. So that's a very awesome piece of advice. So currently, what is your big, hairy, audacious goal? So I asked in different ways, but basically, what are you working towards as a freelancer, as a business owner? If you had all of the resources in the world, what would your life or that life look like?
I think my goal is really to be the best at what I do, like in terms of being in the events and marketing line. I really wanna just be on top there, like just be the best at what I do and be recognized for it. And in terms of my brand, since we're in a pandemic right now, like we're really limited with everything, so
True.
hopefully with no limitations, I hope to grow as a brand, like maybe venture into furniture, just really
Ooh.
create more beautiful things that I want to share with everyone.
Awesome. Very amazing. So how can people find you? How can people support you? How can people like help you either with freelance or of course with your two businesses? How can people support you with all of those?
Really just like, share, and follow. A like or a share goes a long way for small businesses like us. Follow me at liok.ali Instagram, and my pages kara.an.ph and relax, that's relx.leyte on Instagram. And you can also follow the company that I work with. It's at Bigseed PR if you want to apply also.
But they're hiring, guys. They're, and obviously they're remote since she's
Yeah.
currently in Leyte. So Okay, so thank you so much,
It's
Emily.
possible.
Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank you
story,
so
for
much,
sharing
Lian.
your amazing art. I'm still like showing off your very beautiful face, and I am
Thank you so
hoping
much.
to see your growth. I'm looking forward to seeing you. If you are, by the way, if you're doing furniture, there's a ton of really good furniture stores in Leyte, because like that's where we both grew up. So I know a lot of them. So, and guys, I will
Yes.
put all of her links in the description below so you can check Emily out. So thank you. Bye. So again, guys, all of the links for Emily will be down below that you guys can check out and support and help her out, because when it comes to having a small business, even just a follow or a small like or a small share does go a long way. Now, if you guys are thinking of starting your own business, make sure to comment below so other people can see. You can feel free also to put in like any Instagram handle, because I would love to be able to see and support you locally. Like you can guys can see almost everything here in my office was locally bought, because one thing to already have an online business, and it's another thing to have an online business during a pandemic. Now, of course, make sure to hit that thumbs up button so this video reaches more people and hopefully inspires more people to still keep going, to still finding jobs, and also starting businesses all working from home. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home. You guys can check out these other two interviews that I have right here so you can learn more of what other things that you can do working online. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!